Yeah, Claw Mighty Blow piling on block. Some people would say that's a shite warrior because it has the piling on, but he was one SPP away from guard, so a big loss all in all.
One star player away from being good. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah. He got fouled. He got knocked down and then fouled on a 2-assist foul by Shurgant. Killed it, no regen.
So not even Kill Bill.
Not even Kill Bill, I know, and then, because at least you lose it to Shurgant, you're like, okay, fair enough. He did it because he wanted to win the game and he was playing well and blah blah blah, rather than I'm going to run my team to foul Mr. 3-man, Mr. 3 movement tree. So sucks, and it might convince me to take the Zons, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. The Zons are good. They have no perms. They're a good 1800 TV. They have 2 agility ups and a strength up blitzer, 3 stand firm. So I'm quite happy with that. But we'll have to see. It's I might post later tonight and just go and get some opinions from the peanut gallery.
Yeah, it's the problem with zones is it's still so hard to make them work.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I could reasonably see myself, especially with the Pestigore and at least Claw Mighty Blow, piling on with the other Pesty, as well as like the Pesty core is very good and solid. But I could definitely see myself lucking myself to a few wins with the Nurgle, while the Zons could always blow up in my face. So we'll have to see.
Again, it's a bit more draw dependable what you get, I think, with the zones.
Yeah, precisely. But enough about that. We've started the game evidently with a beautiful Orc Mirror. Some would say this is the most boring matchup in the game, but I say it's a very interesting and tactical one. It's better than Zons v Zons, which is miserable, or Lizards, which is also.
And Lizards even worse because of there's so little color of them. It's almost different. It's so difficult just to recognize which is which.
It's horrible. I hate it with all my hate that I have in my heart.
At least the Orcs is a bit better, but they have chosen a quite similar schemes though. But the teams are quite different, which is pretty cool. Diomlord is gone with his normal 2 Mighty Blow, 2 Mighty Blow, 1 guard, 1 tackle blitzers, and then a guard bob. Oi is gone for the 3 block bobs with 2 tackle and a guard.
The 3 block bobs is pretty good, but the 2 tackle is well, in this matchup it's a bit bollock. It's a bit suboptimal, shall we say? But
I think in an F-style build with 6 skills, then 2 tackle is always at least 1 too much, if not 2.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't take tackle in my fairly limited enough experience. Playing Pro Elves, you don't fit on the team at all. There's no reason to take it on the team. But even for my other teams that I've taken, Dark Elves and that, there's just no point.
No, Dark Elves, there's one, if you go with 4 blitzers and 1 witch elf, you can argue you can afford to put tackle on one of the 4 blitzers. If you have 6 skills, and then 3 bloodshadow is probably fine. But as soon as you only have 3 blitzers, I cannot see you taking tackle on any of them.
Yeah, no, I absolutely not. And because I use my Pro Elves as my Dark Elves as well, just I added some witches that I bought. I only have the 3 blitzers because I haven't bought enough Pro Elf Splitters to get the 4 blitzers.
I'd take. Yeah, they have the wrestle. I'd take the only reason I kind of take I take tackle on quite often on the War Dance and Wood Elves, but it's mainly just because it makes sense when the other one has strip ball for actually getting the ball free perspective if you need to.
Yeah, Wood Elves is a good shout for that.
But if I want to have fun, I'll take Frenchie anyway instead because it's more fun.
Of course.
Orc, I can see you could take. I don't hate having one like Diomlord. One of the Dios, one of the many Dios in Blood Bowl.
Yeah, it's I guess it's the whole argument of if you can have that on your team and still make the team work, it will weather certain bad matchups, or annoying ones at least.
Well, I took Frenzy on my Blitzer, but I also had 3 Goblins, so it makes more fun to try to fill up weird squares and then frenzy people around.
Of course, yeah, of course.
So I like again, it's fine. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it works either way.
Pretty rowdy with the 2 Mighty Blow, but that's how he builds orcs. He did the same in the NAF. He won the Bergendorf Cups, the last NAF recruit in Blood Bowl 2 with orcs, which funny enough had 2 Mighty Blow blitzers as well.
It is quite rowdy. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Diomlord should check himself for any sort of Russian ancestry.
No, it's Italians. That's
Oh, I know he's Italian, but maybe
that's kind of the same.
it's just
Like,
yeah, just southern Russians. Let's call them.
yeah, it's definitely it's the rowdy country where the French like to fit in dirty players. The Italian likes to get plenty mighty blow. It's like the Geordies is like the Italians of the UK.
Yeah, I mean, you can absolutely make that. You could definitely make that comparison. I'm not sure what the British are. Are we just are we just middle of the road, very boring? I will tell.
Traditionally, most UK it's like pretty boring, conservative play styling, forcing your opponent to make the errors.
From my observation, from what I hear from the American scene, they're just fucking they're just completely mad. Or we'll say mad, but in reality, it's the old. I wouldn't do anything that an American does, but who's to say if it's wrong or not?
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's definitely interesting time zone to play in.
I mean, even just overhearing them talk about NAF tournament play, when a lot of them are asserting things like, "Oh yeah, Pro Elves, you should go as like 1 or 0 rerolls and get Jordell on a 1.1k build." I'm like, no, you shouldn't. There's no point. And they're like, you should put Leap on a, because they have skill stacking as well. You should put Leap on a Blitzer.
They do often have a bit more skills and do often allow more. Traditionally, they've been having more skills and allowing more stacking than we have been in Europe, which has changed a bit with the World Cup. It's so sexy, Orc versus Orcs, by the way. So
it really is. It's
Ori knocked down a Black Orc and like shielded around. It's interesting to see if Diomlord takes the bit of space on the left side he's giving.
Yeah.
Where's the ball actually? Oh, it's all the way. He cannot really do that. With the ball all the way over on the other side, he cannot do that.
It would be called, as we say, trap space. So no way.
It's the problem having. I know why you do it, but it's still extra dice that can fail. Where you shouldn't just. You don't really want to get him hit to begin with. That's the same. It's the same with Dump Up and Dagger Runner. It's fine if you get into a problem and needing to try it, but it's not plain A.
I just hate it. I 12s as pretty much the only thing that I played in NAF in the last year. That is.
Have you played in the last year?
Not this year, but the year 2019. The beautiful year where there wasn't a pandemic going on. Funnily enough.
Okay, he is actually taking a bit of the space he's given. I don't hate it. It forces Ori to release the committed wide.
Yeah, it does. It does. Well, I mean, as long as he doesn't dedicate too many of his Black Orcs or Blitzers.
That's bad. That would have been really nice if that had been a knockdown. He chain pushes the Black Orc back and screens off that field. It's a bit. He's still going to do it, I'll imagine. But it's not as nice with the Black Orc standing. Now he might need to commit assist to then block it with the Blitzer.
Yeah.
When you really don't want to move the Orc Troll because it's standing in the fine square. Yeah.
He could be putting himself a little bit too thin, depending, but at the same time,
that's a nice KO. Do Ori has the? I might have thought about taking. I might have thought about the apple, to be honest. Oh, StoneHands fails. Where's that ball going? Oh, that is a horrible 1 in 9 scatter.
absolute dicing. Yeah, that's what I was worried about in a sense. By doing that and taking the blocks by going very, very heavy on this left side as well, splitting yourself down the middle.
But let's also be honest. It's 1 in 9 into 3 in 8 is into 1 in 3 into probably needing at least a 6+ to make it bad. It's a lot of dice going wrong.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like
Maybe Diomlord would be well served looking at the graphs at the end of this game.
it was a lot of things that had to go the wrong way because even just straight in over the middle he could probably recover because he is still closer to it than Ori.
Yeah.
And it's not like Ori's going to make this safe in any form or shape or way either.
No, yeah, I mean,
it's good for the game.
I mean, it's good for the game, definitely. I'm wondering if we're going to see a punt from Ori up the thing. Hold on, I think Supper's here, so I'm going to pop. I'm going to mute myself pretty much, but but I shan't be too long. If PC does turn up, I'll just unceremoniously leave. But yeah, you're on your own for about 20. I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit, mate. So yeah, that's of course the option of if you can get the ball, he could think about trying to punt it down here. I'm not sure I like it. If he can get it in a little bit of a pocket instead, I'd probably better like that. You have missed a 1 in 9 pickup to a 3 in 8 out of the pits to then 1 in 3 to go up against the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a good 6 up. 6, 7. Ooh. Makes the reroll, makes the pickup and fails. The ball is completely free. Maybe Mr. Throw, maybe it was a deliverable job by the leader Mr. Throw, because now the other Mr. Throw is getting mighty blow hit. Oof. It's been a bit of a shit show on the go for it front. Oh, sorry. One, 2, 3, 4. I think you're hitting him in from that square. Nope, he's depending on the scatter. I'm not sure I'm liking that. Okay. Oof. Oh fucking hell, that's good scatter. In my opinion, I'm not sure. I can see why you hitting that way is to get him away. If it fails, the failure status may be better. But like if you scatter and then it scatters in between that block, it's just horrible. Not horrible, but it's bad. Okay. Like, that's good. Keeping those two honest. Not sure about that marking. Oh, nobody can go for it. And he misses to pick up again. Oh, Jesus. They're doing a great job of failing. I guess. And 2 times 1 in 9 failed in the pickup as well. I better scatter this time though. I guess the good thing about putting that is to get him down, because guard there is more complicated. Don't fire, Mr. Fro. Okay, it's taking the bob. Where's the 2 guard pieces now? This one is a bit locked on the line, the other one is laying over there. Oop, that's a huge KO as well. And I don't hate that either. I think Ori should have used this as well. But maybe not on skillless, but better harder sell. I'm interested to see what Ori does with his guard blitzer. It's going the aggressive route. And 3+ is hard. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wonder if you try to get the ball to that to the guard blitzer. It's not hard. It's easier for me, and I'm not going to switch between, especially in a game like here, where it's one skill. Because of people like you. But like seriously, what? I can see it if there's multiple skills and you're not used to it. But when there's one skill, this is pretty damn straightforward. What did no letters mean? And sorry, I prefer it, and I'm playing normally. LE. Are you watching on a phone? Yeah, and I'd rather have the skill icons. Yeah, LE is leader. Good guess. Orielensis passing skills. I think the same every time people are streaming with icons or rather on my letters. Small monitor. I have the same when I'm watching icons. I get annoyed because I rather want the letters so much faster for me to read and the clear backgrounds. Like red is red is string skills. So yep, exactly. That's what I'm doing. You do you do, and you do you. Oh, he got the ball! Mr. Pro! Mr. Pro! Do he need... Can he just stay there now? He made it on the third attempt. What a hero. What a hero. Another failed go for it. Oh my fucking... I'm not sure he's chucking it now. Oh, he is. But missed another 3+, another one. This is a bit of a shit show. But that had been an if you're past that, that'd have been a fumble instead. Oh, in a record pass. Wait a second, it's not -1, it's just in a record pass. It's been chucking and it's not been better. Yeah, in a record. It's not -1. It's not necessarily been the same, it could have been 3 squares to the side. It freaking depends on where the ball lands. The ball could have been out here, in here. Where you'd been 3+ pick up and run away with it. Exactly, but you have no control, that's the whole problem. Oh, another KO. Who needs Mighty Blow? I like the reroll, it's fine. If you're gonna chalk it, I'm not sure he needed. I think he may have been able to stay there. This thing is borrowing. He could have next turn, he could have done the same next turn. I don't think he was any risk of being anything there. I think it was pretty alright there. Chucking it is fun. So both have a skillless bob out now. So all is fine. There's not much pressure on. We'll probably see the same play again. Potentially blitzing. I'll imagine he's blitzing the tackle. You pick up again with throw up. Run the guard a bit forward and then try pass again. Potentially. Just to get it further down the field. Could run up to, like, up here in scoring range. And you really don't want for. I wanted to take the mighty blow hit if, or the block elk. Oh, did the mighty blow. You can do it with guard. It's same result. Sorry, but that. Ooh, that's bad though. You can do it with guard. That's same result, Muscle. Besides, the both down is horrible, but at least it's better than they're both out with BIM. But now he probably needs to block with BIM to free up the guarder. Or maybe he's just going... Oh, StoneHands is a thing. We need to get forward. That's a bit... Right now, he's a problem. A 2 go for it is not really doing much. It's better actually getting a dodge. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it's better. Or if you can block 3.
No PC yet then.
Nope.
Ah well, that's good at least. So, it appears that Ori does not have the...
No, it's been a bit of a shit show. So Ori used reroll on a go for it to get the ball. Then he failed a go for it to try to cover the ball. Then Diomlord got another miss pick up with the thrower. And last turn the thrower tried to pass to a blitzer and then failed the catch. And also the thrower used the reroll on another go for it. It's been pretty bad.
Well, maybe Ori got tricked by the literally perfect scatter there, and now he's gonna lose because of, or at least lose the drive, not lose the game. That would be crazy to say that at this point.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, and I think fingers good. Alright. And Diomlord tried to blitz that tackle this turn with the Garter. But got both down, so he's probably happy he didn't block with the Black Orc without block. It's a bit of... And they're both without a Black Orc now. And Diomlord has used his apple on Mighty Blow Blitzer getting KO'd as well.
Right, so is the Black Orc that been lost on both sides just KO?
Yep.
Okay, fair play.
But another KO on the Mighty Blow Blitzer got apple, so Diomlord is without apple, or he still has his. So who cares about having Mighty Blow? Just roll 10s.
Well, who needs it? As we know, the scariest piece in the game is an unsealed lineman.
And I think the ball is going to be tagged.
It could be game over.
Oh, another cast by Ori. Oh, another armor breaks, this time cast.
So that'll force the Goblin onto the pitch then?
Yep, no matter what. So maybe the 2 tackles can do something.
Listen, I have the faith in Ori.
I did think I called it 60-40 to Diomlord, but maybe not.
Well, at this point, yeah. I mean, I would probably pay...
Before the game started.
Yeah, I mean, of
probably
course.
not.
Not now. Now it's looking a bit... Could go either way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had faith in Ori. Even if Ori played my Nurgle when he was 500 up as Chaos and lost horribly to me, I still think he's a good coach at heart.
He is.
Maybe he dropped the early GG. You never know.
Yeah. Oh, another double one in this game. Another failed eyes. There's been so many. It's hilarious.
Unbelievable.
He might be. Ori is a good coach, but Diomlord might be the best that Nav style orcs you find.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course it's night and day. It's a little bit like
It's his bread and butter. He's playing it so much. Like you said, he just won the NAF Blood Bowl 2 tournament as well with orcs, and he's rarely doing badly with them.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a problem here. He probably needs to blitz with that Black Orc to not tie too many players up in it. That's not ideal, knowing how the dice has been, but he gets the power, so everything is awesome. And with having a bit more rowdy team, will probably be alright in this matchup in general. But it's still so close. It just takes a couple of tens.
Yeah, the thing is that if Ori doesn't make his own one turn of the Goblin Toss, the potential next drive, if it becomes very grindy, would always be horrific for Ori. Because you can't expect the variants that have thus far gone Ori's way in terms of removals to carry on. At least Ori has the Apo, but still, you never know. But of course, yeah, no, I completely agree in terms of Ori is always going to be the dog in this sort of engagement. His team is, in my opinion, probably worse suited for this entire thing. And of course, Diomlord is it's just to say Ori's a good coach in this situation is kind of like comparing. Sort of like comparing a Shawnee to one of the chess grandmasters.
It might be good for his level, but nobody does this more than Diom.
Of course, yeah. Ori is he can do CCL and he can do private leagues.
But it's good, and again with with Ori being a bit more lucky on the injury cast dice will definitely be good for the game as well.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I mean, if the variant favours the underdog coach, it always makes for an interesting game, as long as it doesn't go too mad. If Diomlord plays his way around it, then perfect. If he doesn't, then hats off to Ori personally. And there's nothing that I see from playing against Ori and knowing Ori and all that says that Ori couldn't take a win. But we'll have to see. Yeah, the early removals and burnage is quite nice, but you never know, maybe this Blitzer dies.
That would be perfect, talking about the dimension, and next thing would be a kill, which is really bad, hardly can happen in this game. I'm not sure you can afford spunking the Apple on a maybe.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, it does suck if you lose the Blitzer more than anything, honestly. I remember that my biggest issue in Blitz Pit was, when I was playing Blitz Pit, was broadly that the games I ended up losing, it was because Blitzers started being hemorrhaged left and right.
But yeah, the touchdown looks pretty secure now. Besides, of course, you can always try the Hail Mary dots in. It's not a block player.
Yeah, I suppose it could do that, but at the same time, there's always a risk. What happens if he gets really just screwed over and he has to use the Apo on something in that, and he's not going to dedicate a reroll to it by any means.
No, not with one left, no.
No. So maybe Ori will put some pressure on, but at this point of how far the turns advance, I wouldn't hate if Ori just decided to try and bang some men's.
Yeah. Which is mainly also look like what he's trying to get some advantage where there is a fight. But maybe not. Now he's starting marking more players.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying. At least he is one player up, so he doesn't have a ball carrier. So effectively, he's kind of 2 players up.
Just wondering. Oh, okay. So the blitz comes there, right?
Yeah, so he's probably trying to see if he can make Diomlord score a turn early or risk a 3+ to score.
Yeah, good solid play.
By marking everybody up and then trying to 3 men's up. Cannot really reroll that even if you want to.
Yeah, and even the fail's fine because
you still have to block with the unblocked roll to free up.
Yeah, it's either one dying and risking sculling and hurting yourself, and you can't re-roll that, or fail on the troll. So it could be absolutely fine there.
Yeah, and it is just a 2+ again. And have to blitz again with the unskilled Blackhawk to free up and get all players. But since he's doing that, that's kind of the signals he's going to try to stall the turn more.
Absolutely. I mean, there could be some sort of argument that he would take the blitz, and you know, he's willing to risk the 1 in 81 and score if he feels like he can't get the knockdown. But he looks like he's going.
Yeah, I think if you take the chance on the block, on the blitz, because it's a Blackhawk, so even if you knock down, it's still a long way back. I think you pretty much decided if you risk your reroll on that block, you're probably also going to stall if you don't have to use the reroll.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
The question is where you stall now, because you can't go like he does here, because the Blackhawk is not a threat in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Blackhawk cannot hit you from the back. So you might need to think about how you're less likely to be tagged in a way where you cannot block yourself free easily.
Yeah.
Or at least you cannot be stopped from just having a easy 3+ into the end zone. Easy. From a
relative perspective, yes.
From a troll that had kind of an issue with 3+ing. Oh, stupid troll. So
Perfect.
Blackhawk is not moving. I think you dodged the tackle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you dodged the tackle and tried to get it up on the Blackhawk.
Yes, that would be quite a smart idea.
Because then you left with his 2 blitzers versus your 2 blitzers, because the tackle blitzer from Ori cannot get down there either. And another 3+ fails. This game has been brilliant, and you cannot reroll it because it's your last reroll. And negate, yeah, it's all golf. Which it's sexy.
Yeah, in a manner of speaking.
And it's not like, again, the Blackhawk can with 2 go for it, get down to a blitzer or 1 on the back. It's not. But it had been a lot better if that attacking piece had made a 3+. But Ori is not risking any go for it. I'll imagine both guys is getting a little bit almost afraid from having to roll dice with the results so far in this game.
Yeah, but I think I would have considered, blitzing up top on the Mighty Blow Blitzer, putting the tag in, doing a GFI onto the Blackhawk with the tackle blitzer on the right side, and then
side to get better pressure on. Because the thing is, he's going. I don't like that. Yeah, I better like getting pressure on and then getting more players down. Because now you just walk in.
Agree. I mean, he rolled 1, so nothing he could do.
And 3 ones.
3-1. So no matter what you did, Ori, it was wrong.
Besides if you block somebody. I could have used that on the armor injury rolls.
Well, yes.
But no, it's like there was not any. Like it was hard to make it worse than a 3+. Besides going for the hit, which was what he did. So instead
Yeah.
he went for the 4+, 5+, 4+ hit.
I guess if I don't know. I guess there's an argument for always doing little dance. Very nice.
Do like a little dance. I prefer like my wood elf. I prefer to score up in the right corner.
Oh yeah, I
Because
do that.
if you run down your neck, they always the catchers jump into the rocks in the side.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those good things about the old Blood Bowl 2 that doesn't really translate well onto a lot of other mediums. Fumble, I guess, is okay, but Tabletop not really. It's just those little BM things. Some people freak their complete nuts out when you do things like turn 16 foul or do a little touchdown dance. So, like, they get really pissy, and it's always funny.
Yeah, I just want to run this way, the diagonal way into the end zone, so it tries to hit its tombstones in the corner.
To be fair, when I score, I usually just like immediately just click the square in front of me. Done with it, because you know it's the professional way. Let's say.
I just like to see the catcher disappear into a tombstone.
Well, I'm not so
make
sure.
me smile.
I'm not so sure about this setup. Surely, wait. I guess he's a man down, so
He can.
I don't know. You'd still go for the disrupt the throw teammate, wouldn't you?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I like. The problem is here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I probably like. It's at a line more forward as well.
Yeah, I think I wanted the line more forward.
Yeah, because you wanna. If he can score, you wanna be where he lands because that's the hardest role. Which is coming now.
Yeah, okay, good. He is doing it. I was wondering if he was a bit scared that maybe.
At least he's putting some up there to try to make the landing harder. I still want the back line 1 forward, I think, but then you can blitz it. But I'll not be afraid of Orange bunking to go for it to try to blitz.
A goblin, let's say, yeah.
And the goblin is even safe. Oh, Diom missed his KO, and Ori got his KO back. So it's actually currently 11 vs 10.
Yeah, I mean, this does shave off percentages here and there, but you know, Ori can just set up onto one side. Although, of course, whenever you throw from there, you're always risking the extreme scatter out.
But the thing is, because alternatively he needs to throw it back into the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Both things is bloody random.
I once had a Adept Goblin in box, right, on Fumble, for my box trophy run, called Adev. And, you know, he was a fantastic piece, but he
team mascot as well.
Pretty much, and he got niggled in the last game he played against Smallman's Chaos Pact, and if he had made because he got thrown into the crowd, and if he was just one square to the right, he would have landed and made it another win.
I do have a nice throw teammate clip with the 84 Goblin on Starflare Goblin on Ogres, where there's one Ogre I can hit if he scatters the 3 right ways, and of course what he does.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
and takes out my own Ogre. He did redeem himself with a 5+ pass later to score.
I once rescued a game that I was 2-0 down in about 2 turns at the end of the second drive, because a high elf coach, after I get the throw teammate on his turn 16, just does a vanity pass and he lets it drop on his feet. So I just throw Goblin up, pick up, run through like 3 tackle zones, score 2-2.
Booyah! I think the most crazy game I had was playing somebody with a Goblin. Was it Goblin or was it the Orcs with a Goblin? I think it was orcs with a goblin. We had snow.
Right.
First he scored on a throw teammate, landing in 2 tackle zones, and then the 2 snow ghosts. And then my plus movement, ghoul scored in the other end. In
Lovely,
snow
lovely.
as well. So we had 2 back-to-back, 1 turn scores of like sub 3% in back-to-back turns. That was
You love to see it.
bonkers.
Myself, my favourite throw teammate was one where I missed it. Like it scattered backwards, like 2 scatters into. It was a claw goblin. Scattered into a lizardman with 3 or 4 skills. Armored killed it. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. We're talking about throw teammates and goblins hitting other pieces, and he's just done it. Brilliant.
So it was the perfect placement by the Mighty Blow.
And Diomlord's Black Orc stays out.
Yeah, so now it looks really good that Ori didn't use his apple. Because now he
Lovely
has
job.
an apple for his own drive if needed.
Has a strength advantage. We'd love to see it.
Which this is looking... Overtime looks not unlikely now.
Yes, unless something goes insanely wrong. Overtime is likely. A great way to prepare ourselves for Dio's game, as we know that he loves his Keck.
Looking at that, we've got an hour, so I'm not sure I hope to go to overtime.
Oh yeah, me neither. I hope they bash it out at regular time.
Yeah, because the delay start is making overtime a little bit more tricky.
I was starting to think maybe PC thought he was only coming on for the.
Yeah, he may have misunderstood me. I posted the game time for this game, and maybe do like something we do as a lead up to the big game,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
you just write it sure. So I'm not sure he understood that I was proposing him to join for that one as well.
Well, one, you have myself at least to keep you company, and 2, maybe he understood, but he was
Family appointment.
sitting around the family dinner table.
You do have a. And it should be good. It should be looking forward to the final. The extra skill ups to the Nurgle is definitely making the more interesting matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't say I would love to have Gasty's team still. I think it's still a bit hodgepodge here and there.
Yeah,
But
it's not a bad team.
it's not
Besides,
terrible, no.
that's that awful guard piece, strings 4 guard piece. Wrestle, tackle, guard. That's.
Well, yes, that's a bit. Well, we're not in rebels. So
I keep just all the scenarios where I just think if you just had 2 heads.
Well, now you know how I felt when Mr. Page had that strength 4 carrier on his Underworld team that didn't have 2 heads; it had extra arms.
Yeah, we had that matchup where it was bad as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what that guard. He must really have been thin on guard when he rolled that skill up.
I guess it has compensation. If you really wanted the guard, then and you feel like it was going to be more important, then
and strings 4, and if you're low on guard, which Nurgle quite often is, and it's string 4, so it's hard to shift around. The challenge, the Champions Cup final.
Perfect D, so that's a big dicing. That'll be a big dip in the graphs. What I will say about the Nurgle thing is that in my Nurgle run I didn't take Wrestle at all. I was like, I'm going to take block on everything first, or my Pesties, and was rewarded with a strength up per guard guy. So much better for guard in that situation. I don't know. Yeah. I think Wrestle's a bit.
I do like Wrestle. I don't hate the Wrestle tackle if you go 2 heads and make it into like a Pesty sacker. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I guess, but at the same time, with the strength option, it's a bit superfluous in a sense to have the wrestle. But this is me having 1 season of Nurgle already under my belt, so
it depends. It depends a lot. It's just because you know Chalice. The thing is, one of the Nurgle has a problem potentially against elves So having something that can stop a good elf is just nice.
Yeah,
Like
true.
I played Crucifix more or less back to back his 2000 Nurgle wave, but deliberately hadn't taken any tackle with my 2000 Dark Elf teams, and even in the game where he actually rolled enough power, you're still laughing because you're still just taking the ball and running away.
Absolutely, yeah, very true. Very true. I guess your mileage may vary, but I feel like when the wrestle guy happens, you usually find that he kind of lags behind development unless you really feed him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, but he had fed him. It's like if that guy had 2 heads, it is like the perfect sucker.
Well, it just helps you. It helps you with something that Noble can't do, which is disengage. I mean, I'm a big Two Heads fan. I play Underworld, and Two Heads goes on everything that isn't a Blitzer and a Troll. So Two Heads is fantastic for the teams that need to disengage in the matchups where they cannot.
But yeah, he's but him getting those extra skills just makes it. That's the Nurgle team. Just makes it a different game. Because Dio got 15 players, but let's be honest, it's not many of the 15 players that's actually really good.
No, they're all fodder, just there to take up the hits against a team like a.
And in a one drive, you can still only have 11s, and if you can get rid, if he is a bit lucky with some of the takeouts, like on the line of scrimmage, that's if the fodder goes, that's really it's really high team value for not much. To be honest. That's that big catcher, right?
Yes, it's the catcher is it's good to have. It's definitely like a team winner, but it also has its own massive issues here and there.
1, 2, 3, and it's like, God, how much? You got like 200,000. You got almost 300,000 on the team value. Will be benched probably. So unpitched team value advantage might actually. I think the Nurgle can actually put more like on team value on the pitch than Dio's high actually can.
Yeah, I mean, I still all the same back Dio. Knowing Guesty is Hiramuseo, I know where Hiramuseo's weaknesses are, and I feel like this is going to be the perfect game where going to be exposed.
Yeah, Nurgle is it's Elf are not like I said, even with the sting and stuff. Elf are not really the Nurgle's favorite dish in the world.
Oh yeah, no, not at all in any way. Every time I had to play like Russi's Pro Elves, it's horrible.
I
know that
even like Amazons, I think one of the races I've knocked out most times in the challenge with Amazons is Nurgle teams. Just because they rarely have enough tackle to actually do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a fine matchup all the same for the. But I know from when I've played Hero and when I've heard back from my Yakastay. Oh, double skulls. Ooh, yep. Ouchie.
Yeah, he's like a must be. Besides some. In generally, he's been holding it well together in the club. I've been casting most of his games.
But yes, he's
been pleasant surprise.
He's a player on the up, absolutely. And a good part of that is, Andre and Yakastay. I guess in the whole PI initiative, helping some of those coaches improve their games even more. It depends if he's still, if for example, Dio makes a bunch of 6-3s for the elves. If he tilts at that, that'll be the thing to watch out for. It's a little bit like we had a game in for Clan where we had Flicky versus Russi, and my thought was if Flicky could claw off like a few percentage each time from Russi's plays, Russi will put himself into a critical failure position almost certainly, and then turn a one game into a drawn game, and that's exactly what happened. So now on a snake, yes, but still he allowed Khemri that had no blitz rolls left because they all got KO'd, and just had 2 throw rolls to score on him on turn 16 and essentially make it so Clan can't win the game week anymore. And that's something that could very much happen. Not in obviously, if Hero tilts because Dio does an early pressure sack and gets it.
Yeah, and I don't know how many final type games Hero or Guesstimate or whatever we're gonna call him has played.
Yeah, I'm not sure obviously, but I think it's 0.
But to be fair, he has the administration skill to actively play multiple accounts. That's more than I could master.
Yes, I love the mobile account thing. I was thinking about
And
making my own alt to do exactly that, but name myself Lilac Pex.
But in no way I can be asked to actively cater multiple accounts and actually use them. Like a lot of people have multiple because they added them and then forgot the password or just created new or got banned for too many concessions. And
A lot of it is just I think people who are overly concerned about win rate as if it means anything, doing that, or if it's an admin trying to make sure people aren't gonna give them preferential treatment.
Yeah, but also again, there's definitely also a lot is when they're being banned for the first account for 5 concessions.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what Embolo does, but Embolo just makes it obvious that he's ban evading by naming his teams all the same thing, and he's managed to rein in his cheats thing, so it's not as obvious.
Missed that. He did it on Fumble as well. I'm always just happy to go with it, telling him what he can buy it for $5 and stuff like that.
It's not as bad as Alba, but sack here.
Yeah, that was the troll being able to be swifted on 2 dice uphill with block was not great.
It's a very very smart play there by
knowing
by
that knowing that if you are blocked and 2 dice uphill is only 30% to fail, and in that state it didn't really cost you much if you failed it.
Yes, precisely. Yeah. Obviously, the Ori putting his troll there was poor, I think.
Oh, I love this game. It's been so many failed 3+. But
I guess the most. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm fine with it, Darkstrong. It's not an issue. It's just a change. I think it's fine. It's one of the bigger changes, but I think it's fine. It'll just change the game and how you reroll management. If you're good at rerolls management, it's just another way to think the turns and what you need to save and not save. And if you're terrible, you will get punished.
There will be compensations to it, as we like to say. There is always the possibility that a bad player will spunk all his rerolls on a very stupid thing early on.
But they do that already now in the first 3 turns.
But they have how occasionally guns will have a built-in firing modes. They have a built-in way to stop some recruit just shooting all of their bullets at the Viet Cong straight away. Well, that's essentially what the reroll rule used to be in a sense, even if it's not intended. But now
you cannot use the reroll on Blitz anymore.
Yeah. You can't use the Blitz.
So you cannot spunk.
Oh, brilliant. Well, that could be a GG.
Oh, fuck's sake. Did he use the reroll on the dodge?
He did, yes.
Another failed, and then into fucking hell.
Well,
I'm not sure I've seen so many bad dice in a long time.
Well, you did say you didn't want this to go into overtime for the pure fact of the chalice, so you got your wish, but
he could have used 2 reroll here. Yeah, he could. He probably had.
Yeah, he could have. So Ori will be quietly going, I wish we were playing Bubble 2020.
But if you look NAF style, it's going to be different because, even a Bash team like the Hail Mary touchdown, I think an 8-turn elf defense is going to be harder to achieve. because if the best team doesn't use any rerolls, so you have multiple rerolls and the best team can jumbo as well, the odds of like a best team scoring in turn 8 is going to be a lot higher than we used to.
I'm going to say quietly that it's better for my underworld as well, because although you know there's a little bit of a less incentive of going like double star players, so you'll probably have an extra reroll or put a leader on somewhere.
But but your rerolls are 70k. It's definitely of course better for the cheaper rerolls. You'll probably have more rerolls.
Of course, but you know, 2 rerolls and a leader is fine on the underworld team. You have the underworld gutter runner who'll have like 2 heads. Bosh, 1 turn is easy. I'm very excited for the new rule set because of underworld being so powerful in it.
Yeah,
I must say.
Yeah, underworld should be good. I think most of the elf team are still fine. To be fair, the teams does tier 2, like, oh, another! Oh, he made the second attempt.
Yeah, so it is over. So Ori can join chat again.
Yeah, this has been a shit show.
Ori, you need to go get a graph after this, mate. I think a graph would be
I'm pretty sure both teams will be on the middle line.
Simultaneous dicing is the term that I would use for this.
But slightly more. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. I also think the change to the blitz where you have to declare who you're blitzing straight away is fine. And I also think that's kind of what it was intended to be originally as well. And especially the fact it makes gun buffers a little bit less shit.
The wording on the DT stuff though is very stupid, I will admit though.
Which?
Well, the wording appears to. So what people have thought the wording on the DT now says is. So someone asked a question: if a player attempts to dodge away from a player diving tackle, fails using dodge roll, and then the reroll succeeds, can the player use diving tackle on the reroll attempt? And the answer was yes, provided they not use the skill in the first attempt, which is confusing.
Yeah, because if you used it to get it down, but did you actually use it if you rerolled? I don't know.
Yeah, that is a bit confusing. And once again, a pointless nerf to Kislev.
But Kislev is not in the game.
Shh! Don't speak the truth.
And I don't particularly dig the NAF version of Slan either.
Yeah, but something that disappointed me is that they did the old they did the they made up they made up the replacement teams for Khorne and Slan and NAF, and they gave them a sanctioning. And for the first draft, they gave Khorne's Claw and Mighty Blow, which would have been immense because that means you'll be running around for a block Mighty Blow Claw piece or whatever you want really. But then they quietly errated that to just the Claw.
What it should be.
Yes. I mean, if it was Claw Mighty Blow, it would be insane. It would be too good. Because that's a skill you don't have to put on the Bloodthirster, and then you can just be all block and guard.
But yeah, unfortunately, I know why they did Slam, but I think it was a good chance to let them die again.
People just love Slam because the jumpy, bouncy mens. Yeah, and people think these things are like they're the byword for fun.
A full team of Poké Stars is just
bit much.
I don't see anything really bad.
Okay,
yep.
All I can say is I'm quite proud that I finally managed to knock off my. You know how you go.
It's in the FAQ as well in the game.
Yeah, if you do the exclamation point CCL, your name in the extra arms bot, you get your top 3 races, don't you? Like out of games played. And for the longest time, my Kislev was my 3rd most played race, and it was like a 39% win rate because I played it when I was like really bad. And I finally managed to get rid of that, so it's no longer staying up on my record that people will see every time they look at my name, and so they get to see my Zon record, which is a damn sight better.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff, but there's also some of them. Again, we need to remember which the main target group is, and it's not people are going to play. It's not online.
No, it's not online, no. Which some people,
It's not even a tournament. Which casually pub playing is the main target.
Yeah, I know, and of course...
It's just us that made it a competitive game out of something that actually isn't.
I mean, I have no problem with making... I think Blood Bowl's mechanics and rules and all that at least have the potential to be moulded into something that's pretty competitive, so I have no issue with people kind of expecting GW to take that line. I do think it's competitive even for the built-in flaws and everything like that. But and so when I saw things like the anti-stalling stuff, even if it's like just not going to be at all relevant ever, because it's just so marginal of a thing, it did make me a bit unhappy. But
yeah, but it is again, it's Nuffle's prayer in so rare situations.
Yeah,
and with shorter league, the team span should be smaller anyway.
and also we made a very competitive or pretty competitive rule set and essentially a game of Blood Bowls like Living Rule Book 6, didn't we? And you could argue that there's plenty of uncompetitive, stupid elements in that anyway.
Yeah, they added Claw Palm to try to fix an issue.
Yeah, they had Claw Palm, like...
That didn't fix the issue.
it didn't fix the issue, and like,
But the thing is, yeah, Claw Palm is fine for Resurrection-style tournaments because you rarely have Claw Palm.
Yes, of course, yeah.
It's a problem.
I guess there was still like, in some senses, there was still like kind of like a counter system that came out of the Claw Palm stuff. Like you could still say like, oh well, a team that Claw Palms reckless abandon still has to fear like Dirty Player, and those teams will smash the nonsense out of a bad player. But obviously, in practice, didn't really work. But at the very least, we still made something of it. We still did the best that we could. So I'm sure in Blood Bowl 2020, with all the rule changes, we'll still find a way to make it competitive.
Yeah, and it's not like it's. And they have catered more for tournaments straight in the rules than they have before, with actually writing some of the stuff in.
Yeah.
Like to handle some of the stupid stuff. It's actually been written into the rules because the guys, some of the ones on the team originally played tabletop tournaments.
Yeah. And ultimately, all the things that you hate in Blood Bowl can still be can still be, written out in a way. Like if your league doesn't want to institute the one, like the mobile rerolls per turn thing, they can just choose not to. There's nothing, I don't think, in the rules that will therefore break if you do that. You can still keep the continuity, so it's not a massive deal. And I'm sure in my own tabletop league there'll probably be a vote, if it's democratic that is, wherein people will choose not to have the new rerolls as they are. But
to be fair, Blood Bowl people has already, no matter which rules that you give them, leagues will house rule it. A lot of leagues will house rule the hell out of it anyway, because that's Blood Bowl people for you.
And also, Blood Bowl people will complain no matter what happens as well.
Of course.
When the Underworld changes came through, people just lost their complete mind because I can no longer have 2 Claw Palm, but it's like 1, you're getting a gutter runner, 2, it's not the biggest, most important thing in the world. Oh, that's cool for Ori. It doesn't matter, but well done.
I love that. Nothing better like a troll carrying itself. But yeah, now we ended up. This game looked like it could be taking too long. Now it's ending up going too quick.
I know. Trying to find out what we'll do with the space is going to be a bit of a
moral victory. Yeah, it's always fun to hit stuff with goblins. And in theory, you can force him to score probably next turn, and then you can try to throw teammates score.
Yeah, it's not out of it yet.
But it's not looking good.
I mean, as I said, I'd mentioned I managed to make a game 2-2 from a 2-0 down on turn 14 or whatever it was. Once with Underworld Goblin throws, so it could happen.
Please show hand. Another fail, go for it.
Brilliant.
It's good.
Well, I was rooting for Ori because I'm on the team as well, so...
Are you on the team?
Yeah, I'm the skillless blitzer.
Shoney. Humble mega genius. Who can we guess? Who do you think the humble mega genius blitzer is?
Ah, who knows? Who knows?
Wolf Mock. Sensible, polite Aussie. Liberty mask. Purple something.
I think Wolfman
Oh,
is
big cave bunny suit.
yeah, you're on the team as well.
I'm the guard blitzer.
Should have been my blow blitzer.
I'm not sure why I got the orc with the nose ring though.
Are you saying you don't have a nose ring that you put in for the weekends?
Before I go to the heavy metal clubs.
Yes. Well, Manchester is a centre for music historically.
Yeah, historical. Now it's a COVID desert.
Well, yeah, all places are a COVID desert, really.
How is Wank Nation doing?
This game week we're 1-4-0, so we can't lose. But if we lose the last game, then we just draw.
Okay.
This is probably like the hardest team we'll face.
Who are you playing? Anybody we know?
Literally, the only person you'll know is Russi. Russi is the only person you'll know on that entire thing, and yeah, everyone else pretty much in the div is a nobody, at least from like CCL standards or anything like that. They're all just private leaguers, all rebelers, apart from maybe Spartacus, who does do the occasional CCL run.
Yeah, and he does tabletop as well.
Yeah, well, Spartacus, not Spartaco.
Yeah, but Spartacus. Well, I think he does.
I think he does, but he's a very good Underworld coach, but he's playing on a team with ogres, goblins, halflings, Underworld, and vampires, so that team isn't going to go very far. That's like, but we're doing fine.
It looked like I was about to say most of the clan doesn't even have a logo.
Yes, yeah. So this is we should be clearing most of these game weeks. Fine. I'm being what? Okay, brilliant. My phone just went off. I guess it must be a pocket dial. Yes. So we're doing pretty well. Hancock has to play lizards as dwarves, but the lizards are one Saurus down, so it's not as bad as it sounds.
And that kick pretty much fucks that plan.
No, not necessarily. He can pick up the ball, do it next turn, and then on turn 16 keep his troll and his goblin off the line.
He needs to, and he needs to make sure they're not getting tagged next turn.
Yes.
But to be fair, even in our division, there's a lot of most of the people I don't really know anyway, if we haven't played them.
They will all be in Div 1, like either the BB2 lads, or nameless people from Rebel, and well, there's also PS4 that has Hawker, but you won't get a lot of people that you know really.
Yeah, I was trying to convince Stobatas to make a clan with Nankins and get some more in next season.
That's a good idea. It would be a good idea. It would just up the overall competitiveness of.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more of those.
And the Rebel clan thing is such a fun league and a good system that it would be amazeballs, really.
And if we could get more non-rebel people in, it would be
Yes,
lovely.
very quietly.
Under my breath, I didn't. You didn't hear me say it. I didn't say it.
Well, me and Store had a whale of a time last game trying to rein ourselves in, so we didn't get strikes. So we just focused on the flicky.
We cannot really reroll that. We just need to
No.
let it fall. Let it go. Let it go.
But our last game to rescue a draw, Flicky did score on Rissy. After Rissy's snaked a dancer dodge, and he had the option of either 4+ing a skeleton out, blitzing off something, and then 4+2+2+ with a throw ra, or he could have blitzed with a throw ra, or hit with a throw ra, dodged out with a with the skeleton on the 4+, pick up on the 4+2+2+. But then he decided instead to blitz off with the throw ra, GFI into the end zone, dodge out, pick up with a skeleton, and then hand off to the throw ra in the end zone. Which was worse, you could say. And it worked without even to use a reroll. So we won. And in the post-game, Flicky was like, yeah, Rissy's sending me DMs now. He's not happy. And we were like, oh, brilliant.
At least it's not like Rissy is never doing an interesting plays himself.
Well, that's the thing. Rissy could have... Store said, and I kind of agree, even though I hate it. Rissy could have DAC'd the entire game, because there was only 2 6-movement pieces on the entirety of the Khemri team at that point. He could have DAC'd and then, failed in a position where it didn't matter.
Yeah,
but Rissy was spunking rerolls and silly things, and even though he critically failed and got unlucky, he was just like...
It sounds about like Rissy.
Yes,
I remember curring his Blitz Pet group, where I think, who was that with? Was that actually with you? Where we
that was me, yeah. Well,
we talked about there was nobody else than, was it Rake that actually really deserved to go from that group? Because both Rissy and Moongloom was trying to play worse than each other in that game.
Yes, it was I. It was Twazai that was there, and I was very confused by a lot of the things that was going on.
Both of them just, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, at least Ori's trying, I guess.
At least Ori's is able to pick up with the thrower, but then the next 3+. How many pickup failed and handoff fails in this game? Cat fails. I'm losing count.
Ori is truly on suicide watch right now.
At least this is just now it's just so silly. It doesn't really matter. It's not likely to work anyway. But, yeah.
Well, don't worry, Ori. At least you weren't gonna win money from this. At least this isn't a cash tournament.
No, and again. Oh, this
Brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, he made the casualty. Was it actually Mighty Blow for once? Nope. Mighty Blows have been pretty pointless.
Mighty Blow is just there for the psychological edge rather than the actual importance of it.
Yeah. It looked really good really good. For being 1-0 down but being players up by halftime looked really good.
Yeah, I thought you probably did fine. Ori. I mean, obviously your turn 9 or whatever it was a bit grim, to be honest. I didn't like where the troll went, but otherwise, it is what it is.
Come on, you can do it. Can we chain push off? We could have chain pushed off, but now I'm not sure we can anymore.
You could still draw. Technically, he could still draw.
Yeah, and it made sense. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. I don't blame him. Exactly, it made sense. He was first down, needed to take risks to try to win it outright instead of risking it spiraling out of control. And it was more likely to fail than work, but it worked. That's Blood Bowl. So it's fine, just picks up in a tackle zone and then dodges out. That's not a problem.
If you ask me, Ori, you should just say this fucking orc coach with the fucking dice all the fucking time. Brilliant.
But he made the 4+ pickup, but it's another 3+ stuff. The 3+ dodging have been horrible as well.
In conclusion, Blood Bowl is a land of contrasts.
I have no count on it, but it's been a lot.
It's been shocking.
In general, this game, the 3+ing have been shockingly bad, and we'll do what DU doesn't like. We're going to take a look at those pages and laugh, because this is funny, especially because we don't have any shares in the dice anyway. But this has been hilarious.
Well, Ori, you're the moral victor in my mind.
You took out the troll, so I think I need to admin the result of this game.
5-0 to Ori, and we ban Diomlord.
Yeah, definitely. You got some nice. You may have missed a lot, but you got some nice hits in the first half.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like hearing that from downstairs. I think Father has had one too many sherries.
Oh la la.
Oh, sorry. Did I say sherries? I meant Holston pills.
Yeah, the problem is we don't have any grabs. But like 5 armor breaks, and those armor breaks was 5 takeouts.
Come on, Ori, go on, get us a graph, Ori, get us a graph.
So 30 blocks succeeded for 2 KOs and 1 injury on 5 armor breaks. That's pretty damn nice. But let's see on the horror show. So so 3 for 10 on pickups for Diomlord. Wakeouts was 25. Where is these catches? 0 for 2 on catches. Good pickups, terrible catches as well. Terrible dodges. You made 2 out of 11. Oh, this is brilliant. About as shitty injury ammo. Same ammo about. Oh my god, this is bad. I'm loving it. So Diomlord ending up winning. Making 3 for 12 on pickup and catches. And or he couldn't dodge to save his life. That's